Hello everyone, I've finally returned from the dead. This is Degalia, the first country that a fan has sent me. So I'm gonna start a new series where fans can send me their countries. If you do have a country you want to send me, then make sure to add as much detail as possible that I can add to the video if you don't want me to add more stuff to placehold. And also, keep in mind that only one country will be allowed per person. If you submit a country to me and I make a video on it, you can't have another one. Okay, on to it then. This is where Degalia is located on the map. So, now let's go over some facts about this place. It has a population of 100 million people, which is a lot, even more than real life. The area of the heartland of Degalia is 1.6 million square kilometers, but if you include its Antarctic territory, it reaches a whopping 15.8 million, making it the second biggest behind Russia. The capital is Abrugaria. The religions are Christianity, Buddhism, and folk religions. The languages are Mapuche, Spanish, and Dugg'allian. The ideology is eco-socialism. The president is George Estala, and they have a whopping nuclear arsenal of 9,000. Now on to the ethnicities of this place. 60% of the people here are Degallian, making them the majority. 20% are Mapuche, and 16% are Spanish from the other people in the region. 3% of the people are Com, and 1% are other. Anyway, here's the flag of Degalia. The top blue stripe stands for Sichuan, the white stripe on top stands for Asia, the green stripe on the bottom stands for their current territory, and the white stripe on the bottom stands for South America, and the middle is the oceans. Anyway, here is the map of states. I think they have some funny names, so good job on naming those, Doug. I like them. But yeah, anyways, let's move on to the history. Degalia has a very long history, so I'm going to try and compact it as much as possible. It started in Sichuan, China in around 1200 BC when the Kingdom of Degalia was formed. They formed a big empire across China in the BC era, but before AD time passed, then the empire collapsed, and it didn't come back until the Empire of Degalia, which also took over a bunch of China. This was its maximum land area until they unfortunately got very badly persecuted by the Chinese government, and so they were forced to flee to South America. And in 1578, the Degallian state was established there. It expanded in the early 1600s, and in the late 1600s, they united with the Mapuche kingdom. Anyways, the Spanish were their nearby neighbors, who were their competitors, and there were a lot of border skirmishes in this area. And in the mid 1700s, Degalia managed to make itself into a golden age, which meant when the Spanish Empire collapsed in the early 1800s, Degalia was able to capture some of Spanish Argentina. Anyways, in 1856, Degalia continued to expand, this time into Antarctica. They took over all of Antarctica, which is crazy. And they sort of chilled mostly after that, except for a little intervention in Brazil. And then they had a coup d'etat led by, wait for this, drug lord not Adolf Hitler, the 1950s. And it was cocainist ideology for a few years until 1980 when the Republic was established. In 1987, they fought a war with the British over the Falklands, which they won. And then there was a civil war in the early 2000s against the Fascist League, and this was their flag. Anyway, I think that's all for the history. Now moving on to the relations. They have lots of countries they're friendly with, including the USA, Canada, the Philippines, India, Paraguay, Uruguay, and many more. However, they do have a substantial amount of enemies, which include China, Brazil, Mexico, and Bolivia. So yeah, and the UK also. Anyway, I think that's gonna do it. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and thank you to Doug Abrugar for sending me this country. I really appreciate you, and if and anyone else, go check out his channel. Anyways, see you later. Peace.